Make sure y'all check my new video with my bro Foul. You heard Fort Greene in the building was populated. You heard Brownsville, Brooklyn on deck. It's called Brooklyn Thug-ish. And it's fire, you heard? Now, all jokes aside, a message to the peoples out there. Maybe stories on this channel that offend some people, and it may be stories on this channel that bring back a lot of bad memories and bad flashbacks for a lot of people. And, you know, I want to apologize in advance to any victims, families, or loved ones. These stories cause for incidents to be relived in people's minds. You understand what I'm saying? I understand. What I do here is I document Brooklyn history. You feel what I'm saying? Because if we don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Let's be respectful in the comments and let's learn stuff.
As I'm going through the handball court, all I know is niggas said, no! All you heard was dung, dung, dung. Boom, 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 boom. Dung, 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 dung. Clack, clack, clack. Clack, 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 clack.
Word.
That shit real, man. Like that picture you sent me, son, I don't know where you got Robo picture from. Oh, man, son. You see what Dello said? Dello brought him outside too, son. Like, Dello brought a lot of animals outside, son.
You said that the time when your moms made you go to the precinct for your loco getting robbed, that was the first time you had seen son, or you knew son already when they had him in the lineup?
No, I knew Robo. I knew Shawn from the hood. Like I said, he's from Eastern Parkway in Schenectady, right there next to where the old library used to be at. Diagonally across the street from PS 167. They stayed in that big building on Eastern Parkway. Yeah. They had a hard on so much to get Robo off the street because, like I said, the nigga Shawn was in the street playing. I remember the same dreads I was telling y'all about from Schenectady and Sterling. He touched one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the whole ego thing between the tough Americans and the tough Jamaicans in the beginning was like a real clash of the Titans time. But anyway, when the detectives asked me, quote unquote, if I know him or anything like that, I'm saying no. They literally walk me to the window and tell me, "You don't know this man right here?" I'm looking at
How old was son at that time?
Robo, because I was in junior high school, so Robo had to be about, okay, so if I was 12, 13, about 13, because I graduated IS 390 when I was 14, because I got left back because of attendance, not because of my academics, because of attendance. So I had to be 13, 14. So Robo had to be about 21, 22.
Oh, so he was already down there grown at that time.
Yo, let me tell you something. From our hood, you're a grown man at 10. And Robo was outside. Like, he really was outside. Like, Dello brought a lot of us outside.
How old was the bro when he got that name Robocop?
All right. The movie Robocop came out in 1989, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
That's when he got the first, not the 50. That's when he got the 4-4 Desert Eagle. It was a 4-4 version of it. I think it was called Calivia or Calvia. It had ridges on the top. It was like loops. It was like loops on the top for air holes for the shit to breathe because it was so big. But then about maybe a year or two later, he was playing with Fly Ty and them, and they went down to Atlanta, God bless the dead. And when that nigga came back with that 50 caliber, yo, listen to me, lads. You know how niggas be playing around in the street like everybody back in the days had the little 380s or the little Raven 25s. You know what I'm saying? No, this nigga had a 50, my nigga, and that shit, all jokes aside, that shit was sounding like a tank going off at night, bruh. Like, all jokes aside, no, I'm talking about, like, literally a tank. This nigga had the first gun that was setting off alarms, man, on people's cars, bruh. And carried that shit like it was nothing. He either had on a lambskin, he either had on a Sherlin, he either had on a, because he had the 8-ball jacket. Like, I remember the nigga had the 8-ball jacket with the travel fox. That shit sticking right out his motherfucking jacket because he didn't care. He had a, like, you remember the police, leather vests they used to, the gun holsters they used to use back in the days, the old school cops? That nigga had one of them shits, bruh. Word up, like, Well, back to the story.
What son was doing though? He was a stick-up kid or a drug nigga? Like what was his MO?
Oh, when Robo first came out, he was at everything. If I said that correctly. Jack of all trades, play more games than spades. You dig what I'm saying? Robocop was at everything. Con man, stick-up kid. You know what I'm saying? You name it, he did it. Hustler, digging pockets. I mean, all of us used to go. We used to go to 23rd and Rector, Midtown, 34th Street, me, WAP, Chan, all of us, like it was a group of us, like my man Biz from LG, Fuquan, Millard Dembo, you know what I'm saying, Peter Rab, all the real rights, rest in peace to my niggas, you know what I'm saying, like Peanut. Yeah, we used to all go to the city and dig pockets, like that was our thing. So that was Robocop thing too, but him and his brother, they was just into each other. So when they got into something, they got into something themselves. It was never really like, you ain't have to worry about nobody telling because it was just him and his brother. Him and his brother was Cody's on a lot of shit that they was doing in the street. But like I said, when they tried to get me to just say he did something that he didn't do, that was wrong. Number one, I don't fuck with police. I already knew that from day one. You dig what I'm saying? But my mother, she didn't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. And she worked and paid taxes, and all she know was her child was robbed for something that she purchased for him. So she did everything she was supposed to do. But this is how the world is good. The police gets mad at me because I won't say he did nothing to me. Because he didn't do nothing to me. They get mad because they know I know him. And I'm feeling so bad because the nigga Shawn, he's standing back in the lineup and he got a look in his face like, yo, what the fuck am I in here for? Because he done did so many things, like, you dig what I'm saying? So I don't know if they just told him, yo, we got you in the lineup for robbing the kid that went to junior high school. I don't know if it was nothing like that, but he had a look of disgust in his face. So make a long story short, the detectives wound up talking to my moms. They make me sit outside in the hallway in the 77 precinct. So my mom, she winds up walking me back home right up the block. Like I said, we on Utica Avenue in Prospect, so it's like a 1-block walk. My mother, she's so upset. She was like, I don't believe you got me down there. And quote unquote, you won't tell them people the truth. I said, Ma, first of all, he didn't rob me. Now I can talk to her freely, you know what I'm saying, because we're in my home now. And I tried to express to her, Ma, he never robbed me. She was like, so why LeVon and them saying that he robbed you? I said, I don't know what my uncle had told her last, you dig what I'm saying, but maybe, I think the information that my uncle told her, I think he said something like, I know him, a dude named Robo. And when he said Robo, I think everything just stopped. Like when he said Shawn, my mother didn't really hear the logic in this after that. Like, yeah, he know him, but it's not him, it's his brother. It wasn't Shawn, it was his brother, a dude by the name of Dice. Same name as mine. To make a long story short, the next morning, I'm getting ready to go to school. And remember, I used to tell you that the bell used to ring in the back in my mom's room. So the bell is ringing. You dig what I'm saying? It's about 7:15, 7:20. My mom comes to the window. She tells me, she said, there's somebody downstairs that said they want to talk. When I come downstairs, God bless the dead, it's the nigga Robocop standing in front of my door with my polo goose in a C-Towns paper bag. We had a C-Towns on St. John's between Utica and Schenectady. The nigga got the coat back from his brother, brought it straight to my crib, and gave it to me. He said, yo, let me tell you something, DeMont. Because like I said, he knew me from younger, so it wasn't really about dice yet. These niggas knew me from a kid. He was like, let me tell you something, DeMont. You really done a lot of niggas older than you, bro. My brother ain't gonna never fuck with you again. My fault. You'll take this coat. Gave me £1 and walked off. Like I said, this nigga Shawn, unfortunately before his demise, he was one of the ones in the street that either jail was gonna send him away for the rest of his life or somebody was gonna put him on the ground. And for him to go out the way he went out was shocking to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because Shawn was the one, like I was telling you, it's a dude by the name of Bass that stays on Park Place. He stayed on Park Place between Schenectady and Troy at the time. And you know, he's Jam Master Jay's cousin. You dig what I'm saying? So my friend Baguettes, you know, Dirty, he was trying to get into the rap game and all that, doing everything he could to really meet the bigs and all that. So he had a meeting one day to meet Jam Master Jay. And we wound up going to Jam Master Jay's studio in Queens. Make a long story short, it was an altercation between the real rapper 50 Cent and Jam Master Jay because of a contract of his that got renegotiated and discontinued without his awareness. And it got so hectic up in the studio, 50 demanded for nobody to move. Like if he hearing this, he'll tell you this story. He demanded for nobody to move and I grabbed Dirty and me and him walked straight out there.
What you mean? Y'all was already sitting in the studio and 50 just rolled up in there with niggas?
Yeah, I'm sitting. No, one dude, no niggas. One big dude looking like something from the Green Mile. Yo, listen to me, bro. We was sitting in they had a lounge area and we was playing PlayStation. Like I said, it was a group from Cleveland, Ohio by the name of the Hillbillies. That's who Jam Master Jay had flew into New York and gave them a contract as far as promotion and record labels over 50 and dropped 50 because 50 was in the street allegedly getting busy, and I think Jam Master Jay was trying to keep the street side of the street away from Jam Master Jay because this was his record label. And unbeknownst to us, like I said, I'm out there with baguettes, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't let my little man go nowhere. He going to try to shop his motherfucking talent. Niggas banging on the door. Next thing you know, 50 walk up in there with some dude, like I said, looking like something from the Green Mile, my nigga. Him and his man. And they like, it was like a bank robbery because, like they said, it only take one gun to control the room. And I ain't see no gun. But by the way they walked up in there, yeah, it was, somebody had a gun, man. The guard told me to get up. And I told Dirty, we out of here. And we walked right past, like the dude that was standing at the door, I even said he gonna shoot us trying to walk out, or we gonna fight. The nigga let me and Dirty walk out. You dig what I'm saying? And the nigga Bass is the reason why we went out there. But back to what I was saying. We on Schenectady in Sterling one day, we chilling. Bass had a thing with drinking 40s, like he used to stand on the corner with these old English and drink 40s. Like, we on the corner get money. Like, I started this shit called Cocoa Puffs. Like I was telling you, anybody that know me will tell you I had a card called Love Yourself. If you don't, who else will? The reason why I put that on the card is because my grandmother told me in life, baby, if you don't care about yourself or you don't love yourself, how can you love something else? So now we on the corner, me and Bass, we out there getting our bread. Bass chilling, he just drinking. Me and my team, we out there doing what we do. And he was like a big, muscular dude, like one of them dudes, like, you know, just strong for no reason, can't put his arms down, you know what I'm saying? Like the nigga was just really diesel like that, but he started slacking off because he started drinking and wasn't going to the gym. So, God bless, Robo's coming down the motherfucking block. Shawn coming down the street on the same side, so he comes to go inside the little Dominican store we had, no, the Arab store we had. So when he goes to walk in the store, Bass, you know, he just had that persona about him, like, yo, I'm Bass, so, you know. People gonna bow when they see me. All jokes aside, the nigga Robo respectfully like paused for a second to give him a chance to like move out the whole direction of the frame of the door, and he didn't. The nigga Robocop took his arm and his body and literally brushed him so hard it's like it pushed him back towards the door. So now the nigga Robo goes in the motherfucking store. I don't know what he went in the store for, lads. It could have been a cigar. It wasn't no beer, nothing, but I know he turned around, and as he came to come back out the store and open the door, the nigga Bass is running his mouth. What about these niggas don't know? Yo, so help me God. Quicker than you could flip a light switch. This nigga Robo done pulled that 50 out and pushed that shit in the bottom of his chin. Now he's pushing him in the corner of the door. Like you know how back in the days they had the gates that you'd have to pull down? Well, the grease on the door, this is where Bass' head is at. And he got this 50 in the bottom of his chin. And I'm looking at him going, yo, Shawn, chill. Like, all jokes aside, the shit scared me so bad. Like, I just literally looked at him like, chill, my nigga. Like, he not even like that. So the nigga Robo's so mad, he got the gun literally in the bottom of his chin. Bass had a 40 ounce in his hand. That shit dropped to the floor. So it seemed like it's taking a long time, but this shit happened so fast. And the nigga just looked at me and was like, yo, Demont, this your man? This your man? The whole time, all that tough guy shit Bass had, that shit shrunk like a pair of shorts. And the dryer too long, my nigga. Literally, his chin is up in the air, and like you see, like your chin is up, his eye is looking towards me, like cutting out the corner of his eye, like, Dice, please. I said, yo, Robo, chill, my nigga. Chill. That shit wasn't about nothing. That nigga Robo said, you lucky. Thank this nigga. Because he just saved your life. Took his gun, put that shit right in his motherfucking stomach, and walked down the block like nothing ever happened. I mean, this dude was really, anybody know Shawn White from Eastern Parkway in Schenectady, Robocop, and he was nice and boom. You dig what I'm saying? That's the sad part about the world. Like, I know so many dudes that when it came to that basketball or that baseball, they can manipulate them that sport to their advantage, but when it came to academics, just like Shawn, unfortunately, his reading and writing and comprehension skills wasn't that high. So he dropped out of school. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then tackled the streets. And like I said, with Robo, Shawn was charismatic also. He was handsome. He had chicks that was on him. He was a little aggressive when it came to chicks, but he had chicks that was on him. Like I was telling you, he used to mess with my man Julius Box that got shot when Shawn and Puff and them got into that shootout. You remember that shit when Puff and Shawn and them got into the shootout? Well, my man Julius, his name is Box from the projects. He got clapped. He was online when that shit happened. And he got a sister by the name of Pamela from Albany Projects. Tall, slim, beautiful girl. That was Robocop's girl. But when Pam met the guard, Boo Bear from Brownsville, oh, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Because Robo, there's a difference between a nigga digging pockets money and a stick-up kid money as opposed to a nigga that got 4 or 5 blocks doing like 10 and 20,000 a day. Boo Bear was, like he was serious. Like I think he was walking around with, like I told you, he had a Gucci link on his neck that looked like a Febreze can, my nigga. Like that shit didn't even make no sense. The nigga had the Shabba Ranks Wonder Woman bracelets, the big rings, like me, him, Chin from Albany Projects, the Woods family, Big Ed, Jogger, Divine, God bless the dead, Kent Parker, House, Have, JC, Hoxie. Yo, we used to have some legendary motherfucking dice games in St. John's Park, bruh. I'm talking about I'm a little fucking kid. Don't ask me why I was in this park last, but I already explained that to you. I was stupid. Forgive me for the insane mind that I had back then. I was so fascinated to listen to me. Like late night in St. John's Park, the dice games start like about when the lights go out. I'm talking about when it's pitch black. This is before the police was having curfews for the park and all that. You think what I'm saying? I'm talking about niggas from Kingston Avenue, Albany Avenue, Kingsborough, Brevoy Projects, Roosevelt, Franklin Avenue. Gangsters from all over the world is in the park. St. John's Park shooting dice either on the floor or on the chess tables. And I was gravitated to that shit, man. I didn't want to be in the house. My mother used to tell me to go to sleep. All jokes aside, lads, my mother was so tired when she used to get off to work. The minute she fell off work, I went right to the back and slunk out the crib.
What you mean? She'll come home and fall asleep, and when she fall out, you be out?
Man, just like the scene from Cooley High, my nigga. Remember when Raj moms came home and she wanted to whoop him? And she's sitting at that table talking about, go get that belt! And fell asleep. That was my mother. Like, my mother was literally so tired at times, bro. Like, she would come home and be like, we had a Chinese restaurant across the street. Well, I don't feel like cooking. Go across the street and give me an order of fried gizzards and get you whatever you want. By the time I come back with that food, lads, my mom's asleep. That's how tired she was, bro. And when she went to sleep, let me tell you something, bro. She went to sleep. I'm talking about, my mom snored like it was 3 men in the room, baby. When she went to sleep, she went to sleep. And that's when I got out in the street. And you know my pops, he was smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? So he saw me in the street, and I guess he was so embarrassed of what he was doing, he didn't even see me in the street. You know what I'm saying? When I needed somebody to grab my ass and be like, yo, fuck is you doing out here, stupid? And beat me from wherever I was at to the crib, he couldn't do that, lads, because his mind was controlled by crack. Like I said, it just destroyed all, just like back again with Robo. Robo, like, was tall. His moms did his thing. He was flyer. But he got flyer when he started robbing. That's why I think, in my opinion, like certain things with school, like, it's really, really messed up. Like, everybody's comprehension skills aren't the same. And back in the days when we was coming up, lads, you know what they did. They put 28 to 33 children in one classroom with one teacher that wasn't mentally, physically, or even prepared in any aspect to deal with all the warps that's going on in the classroom.
The teachers was 24 years old, 23 years old, younger than that.
Not even from our neighborhoods. Not even from our neighborhoods. So how could they really understand our problems or our needs? And then you got to think about it. I don't know about you, lads, but I always had a class where it was a girl that was in the class, like, she wasn't no teacher's pet, but she was so smart. She was the one that the teacher always left in charge of the responsibility. And it seemed like a lot of us that that just needed a little more centering. Like some people can't pay attention at a whole. Some people need to pay attention one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the smaller classes, I wish actually now I'd have went to them classes, even though I had no problem adjusting or learning anything. But I think with them smaller classes that people call special ed, where it's like 3 or 4 or 5 children, I think a lot of classrooms should be like that, because some kids' attention span don't grasp as quick and doesn't hold as long as others. And that's why a bunch of us got in the street. Not me. Like I said, I went to school and got 2 years of college. You dig what I'm saying? It's just that I wanted the best of both worlds. I did not want to be stupid and smart and stupid. If you understand what I'm saying.
Did Boo Bear and Robocop know each other? They got into something over a woman?
Oh yeah, over Pam. Yeah, when Robo and Pam separated, like I said, I don't know if it was, who knows, Robo could have, I think Robo did love her, if you ask me. But when it comes to losing a woman over, if to lose a woman because of what you did, or to lose a woman to another man, that ignites a different feeling. Like if you fucking up and you and your woman going through something, and you just recognize one day, like, damn, this woman ain't happy, this is why she left, that's one thing. But if you fucking up and then you and the woman are still supposedly trying to work things out or trying to get it back to that Carmel stage, and then you find out another nigga piping your broad, oh no, that's a different anger, because now your mind starts playing tricks on you. You got God on one angel, and then you got the devil on the other side. And God is telling you, you know deep down inside that she wasn't happy. You're not even happy because she's not happy. Y'all should have been separated. But then the devil going, yo, fuck that. All that bread you gave that bitch. So what, y'all was going through something? And she was fucking that nigga? So she was lying to me the whole time? So that's when your sense and your logic goes out the window because of insecurities and pain.
Did dudes call Robocop to his face, or was that a name dudes called? Like, did he get tight when somebody said Robocop?
Oh, hell no. No. He gave himself that name. No, it wasn't no. When that nigga got, yo, listen to me, bro. It's just like with the D-Cep shit, man. Certain things were strong and glamorous, and we attracted to it. That nigga Robocop, listen to me. When he tried to kill this nigga named Devon, God bless the dead. When they taught, like, see, don't get it twisted, like I try to tell people. Unfortunately, the way that a lot of Jamaicans dressed when they first came to America, we took that shit to be clown suits. Like, look at this clown ass nigga. No. That's not no clown shit. That's real shit. Because we wasn't used to the travel fox or the 8-ball jackets. You dig what I'm saying? Or the motherfucking satin shirts or the double cross bill. Like, this was reggae shit. I remember when the first time I seen a dude with he had a green beaver hat on with a burgundy like feather, like a peacock feather in that shit. And I'm laughing at this nigga like, I'm like, look at this nigga, he like Ronald McDonald. All that nigga need is the motherfucking nose and the boots. And that nigga was one of the most dangerous killers in the world. A nigga name was Fitzy. All the dreads that was in the comments before I tell you about this nigga, man. Fitzy, the man them name. Fitzy. God bless the dead, man. People fail to realize what you don't understand, you will mock. That's just like in Jamaica. People wonder why, quote unquote, they so vicious. Because a lot of times in Jamaica, before the guns was sent to Jamaica for them to kill each other, they had to fight with cutlass, machetes and shit like that. Their hearts are different. Even in slavery, this is true facts, you can look this up. Even in slavery, you don't really hear too much about West Indians being enslaved. They was called headhunters and shit like that. Because if you notice in the Mark Twains, like me and you was talking about, in the movies they depicted that all these European explorers or colonists would go to these strange islands, and the minute they get to the islands, I don't know if you remember this, there would be stalks with heads on them. And they would say, yo, they cannibals, they eating people. No, that wasn't that they was cannibals and they was eating people. Them heads that was sitting there on the pier of the sand, the sand where the ships came in, these was symbols to let people know, yo, check this out. Your mans and them came here with that goofy shit that's on y'all mind now. Look what happened to them.
You said niggas was the Robocop got into it with a Jamaican nigga that was out there?
Robocop was cool with the real 50 Cent, like I told you, who robbed Barry. Like I said, if you go pull it up, look at the back of the Eric B album, Paid in Full. You will see the real 50 Cent, Calvin Martin, at the bottom with Barry's big chain on. All these niggas used to be together.
So who you said was Devon? You said he got into it with some kid named Devon?
His name was Devon. Yeah, this nigga was crazy. This nigga had the beavers, he used to wear the quarter-seal jackets and all that, but he was like a soldier. Like, Devon was like a soldier for Barry, like real rap. Like, if Devon come, you're dead. There's nothing to talk about. Well, like I said, everybody used to come up and down Schenectady because Schenectady was like a real popular and jumping spot. The Jamaicans, the Panamanians, Dominicans. So Shawn lived on Schenectady and Eastern Parkway. So since he used to come to Albany Projects to see Pam, he would have to come from towards Eastern Parkway straight down Schenectady. Sometimes Robo was known to be on Troy Avenue, Lincoln and Troy, walking down Troy, but a lot of times he walked through Schenectady. Make a long story short, it was a game room called the Funland. Devon was standing in front of the Funland, and Shawn was going in the game room to get a bag of, they had this shit called Thai stick. It was literally called Jamaican Thai stick. It used to come in, back in the days they had brown paper bags. You used to overflap. You get 3 and 4 or 5 blunts of that garbage weed, but that chocolate Thai stick, that shit came in like a...
Shit looked like corn. That shit was like a corn on the cob, the way you take the buds off that shit.
Yeah, that's right. You had to really peel that shit off. The buds was chocolate and had like gold flakes in them.
That shit was great.
Shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? Shawn go up in there to get some motherfucking bud and come out. And when he come out, like a couple of the dudes that was in front, if I'm not mistaken, it was Phillip, Devon, and a dude by the name of Super. They come out. Devon starts screaming at y'all, pussy boy, they must come to a Yankee boy there. So Robo asked the nigga who was he talking to. When the nigga Devon go to like pull his ratchet out, that nigga Robo just pull out and hit. Bang, bang. Don't ask me how Devon ain't get shot. It's like the nigga Devon, it's like the terminology, divine intervention. It's like God pushed the nigga out of the way of the bullet because he shot directly at Devon 2-3 feet from him, son. But he didn't get hit. He didn't get hit. That was divine. That was the first time I ever witnessed divine intervention. He was supposed to be clapped with that shit. Did not get hit.
The gun he had that 50 caliber?
Yeah! Listen to me, bro. The nigga was supposed to be folded, nigga. That shit was supposed to cut him in half. It went straight to the game room window and lodged in the motherfucking wood thing where the planks they were. Don't ask me how he didn't get shot, son. That's my first time saying I actually saw divine intervention. Like they say, divine intervention is when God comes down and makes the angel push the bullets away from you. I saw that. It may sound like a joke, lads. I saw that. He was supposed to be folded.
Did any of them have hammers on them? They started blowing back at son or something?
You gotta understand this. This is in front of the game room. The niggas with the guns usually be inside or around the corner in Irene Court. Yeah, a lot of the reggae niggas used to have pistols on you, but it happened too fast, my nigga. Like, and the bug part is, this happened in front of Funland, so he had to run past. They had a record store that Courtney Brown and Courtney Melody used to run. Then across the street, they had a Jamaican restaurant, and then they had another game room where they used to gamble. He had to get past all that. So it's like the let off 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. The shit fucked everybody up so bad where he just ran off. Nobody shot at him. Nobody chased him down. And none of them niggas killed him neither. And it's not like, quote unquote, he stopped coming through Schenectady. See, he had a bunch of brains. A bunch of heart. But sometimes you gotta have brains also.
Now to bang out with Boo Bear, what they was doing, it was a dice game in the park that night or something?
Boo Bear was in the park or whatever because he was getting money, allegedly, in Albany Projects. So, all the cats, Bruiser, Boo Boy, some big live niggas outside or whatever, they said, yo, I heard it before it happened. They said, yo, the nigga Shawn on the way down to the park. So I'm sitting back, not really understanding what that means. I don't even know that Shawn and Pam don't go together no more. You dig what I'm saying? That's Albany Project shit, because like I said, I'm from Utica Avenue, but I used to be all over the world. But at this particular time, I did not know that Shawn and Pam was going through their little thing. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody chilling. So I was going to go to the store to get me a beef patty. I wanted one of them beef patties with pepperoni and mozzarella cheese and the cocoa bread. They used to sell them shits at the store. So as I'm going towards the store, all I know is I'm coming through the park because we had holes cut in the fence. So I'm coming through the park. So instead of having to walk and make a right and come all the way by the front of St. John's Recreation Center, all you got to do is walk through the handball court, go through one slit, walk straight to the basketball court, go through the other slit, and walk up in Pond's store. As I'm going through the handball court, all I know is niggas said, "No!" All you heard was dong, 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 boom, 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 dong, 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 clack, 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 clack. Whoever the dude was that was with Shawn, they was trying to kill Boo Bear, and somebody from Brownsville that was with Boo Bear had a gun too. Because that was the shit that was going. But Boo Bear, Shawn, and whoever he was with, them niggas had tanks. I don't know what type of guns, but them shits was tanks, my nigga. Cleared the whole fucking park out.
This was daytime or nighttime?
This is nighttime, my nigga.
And
this is the summertime. This is the summertime, like about 8:45, 9:30. Like the sun is just coming down, bro.
So
like,
it was four dudes shooting all together.
All together, it was Boo Bear, his man, Shawn, and the dude that was with him that I don't know who that was.
In the park, in St. John's Park.
Right in St. John's Park, right by the motherfucking dice table, right by the chess tables, by the entrance of the fucking handball court. That's a fact.
So what happened? Everybody just started scattering?
Everybody scattered over that shit. So make a long story short, my man Big Mike, his car got hit. He had a Cutlass Sierra. He had a Cutlass Sierra back then. Like, remember the Cutlass Sierras with the goose? He had a gooseneck in that shit with the 410 pounds and all that bullshit. These niggas was shooting so bad, niggas just had to run. When Mike came back and found out about his motherfucking car getting shot up, he upset too, and he a big figure, because he from Weeksville Projects. You dig what I'm saying? And I heard niggas met up or whatever, and they paid Mike for his motherfucking car. I don't know if it was Shawn and them, I don't know if it was Boo Bear and them, but I did hear he was paid for his car. And then that's when the terror and the reign of the war between Boo Bear and Shawn started. And that nigga Boo Bear had some niggas from Brownsville. Listen to me, man. Respectfully, what I'm saying, you lad. Them niggas in Brownsville different, bro. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like it's literally, like that nigga was literally walking around with like 3 or 4 niggas, but it looked like some shit with seizure. Like them niggas was walking around with some that nigga was walking around with some Planet of the Apes type niggas, my nigga. That's a fact. Them Brownsville niggas back in the day, son, them niggas was like Kangos and gazelles and the leather motherfucking elephant skin. I know that one of the dudes he was with had the most, I've never seen this Feli shirt before in my life. All I know is I used to be in the Feli shirts buying them shits from Simon's. The nigga, one of the niggas that was with Boo Bear, that nigga had a motherfucking Feli shirt on, son, that I wish he'd have gave me. That shit was so fly back in the day, son. Them niggas was getting money, man. But like Boo Bear was getting money.
Boo Bear's from my building, literally.
Mm-hmm.
1590 in Howard.
Yeah, he was like that, son. Like, he was like that. Coolest nigga in the world, though. Cool, funny nigga. Like the nigga was a comedian. But nah, son. Niggas don't play when they come over their women. You know what I'm saying? And Shawn was in love with Pam, and Pam was in love with Boo Bear. I don't know if he was in love with her, but Pam was in love with Boo Bear. You know what I'm saying? I know that. Because once a chick stops accepting them phone calls, like this ain't no texting days back in the day. It's the beeper era. You know what I'm saying? So once they knowing them beepers, and every time you call the house phone, it's the brothers, she ain't here, or she ain't here, or she ain't here, or you popping up in the P's and popping up at the crib and she really not there.
Boo was coming through with that moped.
Oh yeah, I know he had a Elite 250 and he had a Helix, the big fat one. I don't know if it was his, but I know he had that motherfucker because he was always in the projects. Like I said, like from what I saw of him and the times I was around him, coolest nigga in the world, nothing to play with. He actually used to crack jokes. So as far as that sinister side to him, nah, I don't know that side, but I've heard some stories. Like I said, the only thing I know about with him and Shawn that day is when they got into that bang out, and thank God if I wasn't going to get that beef patty, my nigga, I'd have been in that park. I'd have been at that dice table, son. Who knows what would have happened, man? I'm gonna tell you, God always had a cloth on me, man, for some reason. Like sometimes God would just make me get up and walk. Anytime I did not listen to God, something bad happened, man. Anytime I don't listen to God, something bad happened.
The story of Robocop is a real sensitive story, and Now, I mean, we gotta let the listeners know we don't want to offend anybody. You understand? We don't want to offend the victims' families or anything like that. You understand? We just speaking about Brooklyn history.
That's a fact.
We just documenting Brooklyn history. But I read up on Robocop. I read up on his case and what happened. You feel me? And you know, it was just a crazy, tragic end to all of that. And it's just crazy, man, because, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know the full story. Like,
all right, this is what it is. When he got the money from the lawsuit.
Oh yeah, we got to speak about that because you now I got all of this. I got a lot of this in the part that we about to drop with the polo. Right? Like it's a whole half-hour episode, so it goes all the way into the law. So you mentioned that. You mentioned niggas throwing shit in his eye, whatever, and how he died. You mentioned all of that. You feel what I'm saying about the suicide? But it's like, is son brother still alive?
Yeah, you want to hear something funny, bro? I don't know. That's why when I told you the situation about him being the one that got me back in the days, that shit wasn't about nothing. Like, let me tell you something. The reason why I say this should be heard. At the time when I was raw, yeah, I was infuriated. I felt disrespected. I felt betrayed and all that. You dig what I'm saying? But like my nigga Half, God bless the dead, always said, if your stomach is hungry, it's only but so long you're gonna wait to eat, lads. You dig what I'm saying? And now that I think about it, actually, I know this may sound funny, but this is the honest to God truth. I'm actually flattered he robbed me. That's how fly I was. You dig what I'm saying?
How old he was? He was Robo older brother or younger brother?
Younger brother.
Oh, okay, all right.
He's about 18.
Oh, okay.
He's about 17.
Where was you at when you got the news that Robocop had passed away?
I was in Syracuse. Yeah, I was in Syracuse, New York. Yeah, I got that call in Syracuse, in New York. I actually was out of town playing, you know, in a couple of my cats or whatever not. And I'd actually called my mom's to ask her how was she doing and what was going on. And she was like, she was all right. She was worried about me and all that. She said, you know, the mother was saying, I'm having bad dreams. Please come home and all that nonsense. And she was like, Jimmy wanted to talk to you. She said, call Linda House. So I wound up calling my best friend his name is James Ward, but we called him Jimmy. Miss Linda lived around the corner. I wound up calling Miss Linda House. I said, hey, mama. She said, hey, boy, you home? I said, no, man. I said, where Jimmy at? She said, put him on the phone. Nick came to the crib. He was like, yo, they killed Robo. I'm like, who killed Robo? He was like, my fault, son. He killed himself. I'm like, that shit don't even make no sense. He was like, yo, son, nigga killed himself in the hotel. And this is the crazy part, my nigga. The hotel he killed himself in, the Riviera on Atlantic Avenue, that was everybody's spot. Because back in the days, they had this thing called, we called it the 4 for 40. That meant 4 hours, 40 hours. If you wanted the motherfucking jacuzzi, it was $60. You dig what I'm saying? And you could double up. Like if you wanted to keep the room for 8 hours, them niggas wanted 8 hours. So it was literally like $10 a motherfucking hour. And that's where he went and blew his brains out. He went right to that hotel, son, and shot himself with that 50. The bodies that was on that gun, my nigga. Like real rap, my nigga.
So he was just running around with the same ratchet for mad long?
Yo, son, when the nigga went to jail, before he got gouged in the eyes with the, like I told you, the COs, he was getting it on with the COs, slap one in the face with the bucket, all that, getting it on with the COs. They throw Clorox in his face. So when the nigga go to jail, you know, his peoples and them is still in the street. That nigga Robo had a team with him, son. Like, it wasn't just him. Like I told you, he really ran with 50 Cent, the real Kelvin Martin. Like, niggas really was around Demencio and shit like that. Like, niggas really don't understand. Like, this nigga was really... Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you the picture of Demencio, too. Long live Demencio. Like, it was some dudes in the hood that people would look at like monsters. They would categorize them as monsters. That's why I made it my business to give you that story about rum, I could have told you 100 more stories with me and rum. Just me and rum. Like on some, listen to me, on some serious shit that I had niggas replaying your shit 100 times, but that wasn't, all jokes aside, the way they talked about rum in the newspaper and, the way they described him, bro, yeah, everybody, that wasn't my friend. So, like I said, if the last impression that the world described of him to a mass was, the notorious, he did this, and he did this, and he did that, and he did that, I just felt as though it was my duty to describe the person that he was as just like a good human being. Yeah, we all got sides to us, bro. Like, God got a wrath. You understand what I'm saying to you? Look what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. You dig what I'm saying? But Rum still was a good person. Like me, I made some mistakes. I'm not gonna lie. And I reacted off instinct. And a lot of people that I reacted off instinct, that I sit back and look back now, that probably I'll never see again, or they might hear this, or somebody they know might hear me say this. I so sincerely apologize, because that's the problem within our community. Like I was trying to tell you before, Laz, like, instead of us just talking to each other about things that's really hurting our feelings, like they tell us, we ain't supposed to have no feelings. You're a man. Stop crying. Suck it in. Suck it up. And toughen it. No, man. Like everybody has feelings. They say sticks and stones may hurt my bones and words will never hurt me. That's one of the biggest lies I've ever heard in my life. Because if you're friends with someone, or if you're in love with someone, or your mother or your father or your brother would say something to you is like, I can't stand you, or you ain't shit, or I wish you was never born, or I hate you. Them things that really, really hurt a person, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't deal with pain the same way. I've learned to really pray now and pray for people, because mental illness, depression, stress, that shit is so the volume of that is so high in our neighborhoods. You dig what I'm saying? People fail to realize everybody should be getting a check, I think, in Brooklyn. All jokes aside, because what they did to us was, when my grandparents and them got that building on Utica Avenue, they was like them and the Moors was the only black people. Everybody else was Russian, Greek, Chinese, or from Caucasian descent. And then what they did is they took all of the mainstream neighborhoods in Brooklyn, because that's the largest city in the world, and then they just threw crack out there. Coke was always in the hood, but when that crack came through, that shit just really, really destroyed a lot of good people, because a lot of people are going through, like I said, this all goes back to depression, because people are trying to escape things that they think about every day, like hardships as far as, how is this bill going to get paid? Some people live in check to check. Well, my child got a graduation coming up. How am I going to pay for this graduation? How am I going to pay for my child's ring? How am I going to pay for my child's cap and gown? Like my kid got a school trip coming up, or my kid needs this amount of money to go to a science fair or something like that. Like the stresses that drop on people all over the world, black, white, Chinese, whatever makes it is, can really just put a whole toppling of stress and more stress and more stress and more stress and more stress, and then some people break. You know what I'm saying? Because people just don't think that they should talk to nobody. They think they should keep it all inside, and balloons pop when too much air is inside, bro.
That's a fact. And you know, that suicide shit, man. Suicide is a real problem in the hood too. Like, you know, dudes think because dudes be thugs and gangsters and shit like that, that suicide is not one of the deadly killers amongst shit in the hood, but it is, bro. And son had caught, he basically killed his wife in PA and then went back to Brooklyn to kill himself.
Yeah, see, what they told us was, it was a bunch of bullshit stories, but speaking to some intricate people, I found out the actual truth. They made it seem like he ran up in the crib and there was somebody there, and he just did some television shit and killed her and then took the kids back down to Brooklyn. No, they said unfortunately, when he got to the crib, I don't know if the man was there. I don't think the man that she was with was actually on the premises. I think it was like something from a phone call. Like they said, they was arguing in Brooklyn, and you know, PA is that close, and like they said, literally he was arguing with her the whole way to the home, and by the time he got there, him and her were arguing, and he was screaming for her stepson to come downstairs, but fortunately, he didn't come downstairs. You know what I'm saying? And then unfortunately, the situation led to her demise, and then he got in his car and came all the way back to Brooklyn and went to the Riviera on Atlantic Avenue and killed himself. People fail to realize, man, like, that was totally wrong. You dig what I'm saying? But I wish he would have had, you know what I'm saying, the researches and the resources, excuse me, for some help. Because, like I said, I've experienced talking to a therapist, and it's the best thing that I've ever done. This right here, what we doing, Laz, is therapy. Like a lot of shit that me and you talked about and I think about now, knock on wood, I'm really glad to be alive, bro. That's why I don't really want no problems with nobody. That's not my thing. Like my mother always told me, she said, the same respect that you give to a lion, give that same respect to a rabbit. And a lot of people don't really understand what that means. Like if you run up and see a rabbit, first thing you'll say is, oh, that's a weak animal. You know, a rabbit will run from you. So you can do whatever you want. You can play with it, chase it around and all that nonsense. But anybody comes across a lion, they're going to be at attention. They're going to be at the highest of respect because they don't want to be devoured by this creature. So if you can give that creature the type of respect, I think that, quote unquote, that rabbit deserves the same type of respect also.
That's heavy, baby. That's heavy.
My mom's always told me that. She said, y'all run around making it seem like y'all better than people. She said, the same way you treat a lion, treat a rabbit, and your days will be a little longer. And that's the honest to God truth. Because listen to me, Laz, my niggas didn't know me. I used to say I was supposed to been gone. Nah, God got a different plan for me. Like I said, if one person that hears a story that me or you or like the great L famous Sweet, like if we say a story that quote unquote can make a person change their whole perspective of life and respect about other people's, I think I've did my job. Because in life they always say when you go to the crossroads, what you gonna do? Go left or right? At last I chose to go straight. It's like a different ride when you go straight. Anybody can go left. If you automatically say you're gonna go left, that's supposed to be what? The devil. So that's supposed to be wrong. If you say you go right, that's supposed to be God, and that means you go right. That's supposed to be the perfect thing, like they say. You're in grace. That's your perfect direction. What's wrong with walking straight? I want to see both sides, Laz. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want to just be able to determine good. I want to be able to determine evil also. Back in the days, niggas play with me, my dude. I was the dude that come to their block, put work on their block. Now I'm the dude, quote unquote, to stay away from a nigga and respectfully respect the fact that we just don't get along. We don't gotta kill each other because we don't get along, man. We just don't get along, man. When people get really, really right with God and understand that we supposed to just love each other and live day by day, everything will be all right. If the pandemic ain't wake everybody up, I don't care if you a tax-paying citizen, I don't care if you a goon of goons, thug of thugs, lover of lover. If this pandemic didn't wake people up, like that shit ain't killing just black, that shit killing everybody, man. It's just affecting us the most. It's just sad, man. It's just sad, man. For real, it's just real sad. And Robo was one of the ones that was caught up with that. I can't really say what was in his mind, but from the way he moved, he was a good dude. I always watched him play ball in tournaments. Like I said, he was smooth, he was charismatic, brown skin. He looked like Nat King Cole.
What was son? Was he a tall dude?
Yeah, Robocop was like 6'1" when he was like 17.
And did he ever play into that whole Robocop shit, like with the Robocop quotes and shit like that, or was just a name?
Yeah, he took that persona. He took on that whole persona like he thought like, cause niggas, there's so many niggas done tried to kill Shawn. So it's like he took on that persona, like, quote unquote, I can't be killed. And honestly, bro, the only person, this may sound funny, man, the only person that I think could have killed him is himself, and that's what happened. That's the honest. The only person that I think alive could have killed him was himself.